time I try to debug my mind, my code's a riddle, you always rewind. You find the errors in every nested loop. Oh, clever llama, master of the code. You solve our mysteries just like I was told. VFDs and VLCs, you know them well. Edging my secrets.
Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about the start index reference block and how it's different than the start index absolute block we talked about in the previous video. So in this video, we're going to talk about the start index reference block. And you can see there's a little picture on here and it kind of illustrates what's going on. Okay. So just like the last video, when we talked about the start index absolute block, there was this error on the output side that you can use to know if the drive's ready to do an index or if it had a problem. I'm just going to delete it because it's not useful for this video. Everything else is set up exactly the same. So let's go online and try this code out. So what do you think happens when we're at position 0 and we have the distance set to 10 inches and we start it? As you can see, it went to 10 inches. All right, easy enough. What if we start it again at 10 inches? You can see it went to 20 inches. Well, that's because this index, unlike the absolute index, actually adds the new command to the old command, okay, or to the last reference. Let's try this a few more ways to make sure that you understand, because some people do get confused a little bit. So what do you think happens when we're at position 0 and we have the distance set to 10 inches and we start it? Let's see what happens if we start it again at 5 inches. Where is it going to go? Is it going to go to 10 inches? Is it going to go to 15 inches? Or is it going to go to 20 inches? What do you think? As you can see, it went to 20 inches. Why is that? That's because the last reference was to 10 inches. 10 inches plus 10 inches is still 20 inches. Here's another question for you. We are currently at 20 inches, correct? How do we get down to 10 inches? So far, everything we've done has made us go to bigger values. How do we get to smaller values? Do we change the velocity to a negative value? Or do we change the distance to a negative value? Let's try changing the velocity first. So I'm making the velocity a negative 100. All right, let's start it. As you can see, the index is moving in the positive direction. So obviously, it's not the velocity that matters. So let's go and set the velocity back to a positive value. And let's change the distance to a negative value. Okay, so when we start this, we should see the motion head in the negative direction. And as you can see, it's now going to go back to 20 inches because we were at 30 inches. What if we used a normal contact here? What would happen then? So let's switch it to a normal contact. Put a value of 10 inches in it and let's start it and let's see what happens. Is it going to go to 10 inches? No, it's not going to stop at 10 inches. It's going to go and crash at the end. And that's because every single scan of this program, it's adding another 10 inches. So the actual target it's trying to go to might be 200 inches by now. So it is good to use a positive edge contact. In other words, start it once and then leave it alone. Here's another piece of code. As you can see, we have two indexes. The top one here is an index absolute, and the second one is an index reference. This one here, we have it told to go to 10 inches, and this one we have it told to go to 0 distance. So we're going to start this one first, okay? And then we're going to start this one at 5 inches. What's going to happen? Think about it. Here we go. Where did it go? It went to 10 inches. The question is why? Well, the reason it is because the first reference that it was supposed to go to was 10 inches. And this one added 0 to it, a position of 10 inches. So it doesn't matter if it's the same block. You can use this block in conjunction with this block or any other block. In fact, if this was a jog block, it would add a distance onto wherever the jog stopped. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy the next one because we actually apply an application to the next block we're talking about, which is the start index incremental block. See you next time.